Hey there YouTube, do you have a space that you want to get listed on Airbnb but you don't quite know where to start? You've come to the right place. Go ahead and before we get started, expand the comment section below and click on the link to start your own listing. Also, there's a ton of information down there, so you may want to keep it open to follow along. Also, please go ahead and give this video a like and also subscribe to this channel so you can get more real estate investing tips. So hey, you're just in time to hear about how to get your property on Airbnb. So 3 easy steps to get your property on Airbnb. Probably won't take you more than about 15 minutes to be up and running. So a lot of people want to know in the sharing economy, how do I get my property on Airbnb? They're a little scared to get started. So whether you're traveling for work a lot or you have extra space in your house, or in my case, you've got a house that you were going to rent as a normal rental, but you find out you can make a lot more money putting it on Airbnb. This video is going to help you walk through the 3 steps that you need to do to get that property up on Airbnb. So let's go ahead and dive in and take a look. The first step is start with the basics. Airbnb is going to have you go ahead and fill out the number of bedrooms, how many beds, so not only how many bedrooms are in this space that you're renting out, but how many beds are in each space, so that way your potential guests can kind of visualize their sleeping arrangements before they even book. Also, you can put in how many bathrooms, as well as amenities. The amenities become important because in another video we'll talk about optimizing your Airbnb, but with the basic amenities, any guest can see what exactly you have in the space. Wi-Fi, all your basics like towels. Do you have soap for the guests? Do they need to bring that themselves? Is there a TV? What's the air conditioning and heating situation? And then also things like spaces the guests can use. So, like my place has a pool, so if there's a pool that the guests can use, that's going to bring you a little bit of a premium on price, as well as an independent kitchen. A lot of guests are looking, especially for longer stays, a place that they can cook out in the unit. So go ahead and make sure that anything that the guests can use, you go ahead and click on those during step 1. Next, step 2 is going to be your photos. So Airbnb is going to ask you to put at least 8 photos of your unit, and for optimizing your unit, 16 photos is usually better. Most importantly, make sure you have good, high quality photos. Check out the video on optimizing your Airbnb, because click-through rates are a big deal for bookings. So if you have at least a few super high quality photos to put up front, and then some more photos that are going to detail the unit for your guests. Obviously make sure your photos are super accurate, because if you have enhanced photos and then a guest shows up and it's not what they were expecting, that could lead to bad reviews down the road. But very nice, high quality, accurate photos of the space that you're putting up on Airbnb. Also, the name and description. So it's nice to have a catchy name, just like any kind of clickbait title. You want the name for your listing that you're going to be hosting to be something that's appealing, that guests are going to want to click on and go through and see the rest of what you have to offer. So that's 2 steps. Step 3, last step, is going to be your house rules. So this is nice to set the expectations. It is a home sharing website, so every host and every guest are going to be a little bit different. So putting down your house rules, set clear expectations for everyone. One of the really important ones is if you don't allow smoking, to go ahead and clarify that. That way, some of these house rules will help you in the event that you have to retain a guest deposit or arbitrate a dispute with the guest. If they violated a house rule, then that's going to make it a little easier for you to go ahead and get any money back that you needed. Also, check-in times. So you're having guests go in and out, and you have a cleaning service coming. It's important to make those check-out and check-in times appropriate, so you have time to clean between each guest. Also, you can set the notice here. You'll see that on the screen here we have a 2-day notice set up. You can have as much or as little notice as you need. If you want guests to be able to book and check in the same day, that's fine. If you're doing the cleaning yourself, then maybe you need a few days notice in order to make sure that you can schedule yourself appropriately. I personally use a cleaner. I think that's the easiest way to do it. You can add a co-host, which is someone who can view your unit on Airbnb, so they know when the turnovers are and they can get in to clean the unit between guests, which is the way I personally do it. Also, availability. During this, you'll be able to go ahead and set the availability for your unit. So don't think just because you're up on Airbnb, people will be coming and booking your house whenever they want. You can block out times that you are unavailable or that you don't want to have guests, and you can leave open any times that you are willing to have guests. Also, this is where you're going to set your pricing, is here in step 3. So you can have floating rate pricing set by Airbnb, or you can go ahead and set your own pricing. I highly suggest looking around at other Airbnbs in your area, seeing what they book for, and setting your own pricing. My personal experience has been if you let Airbnb set your pricing, it's going to be extremely low for what you could be getting. I personally set my pricing about double what Airbnb has as their smart pricing, and I stay booked 30 nights a month. So I would say the best thing is to do your own market research, look at the prices for your area, and then set prices that are competitive. One of the things people always worry about is, hey, what about local laws? What about taxes? Is this something I'm able to do? Absolutely. Where I have my Airbnb, there are local area taxes. However, just by looking at the back page of step 3 there with your local area taxes, you can then register with your local tax authority and then pay those taxes online. For where I'm at, it's only 4%, so it's very easy to do on the backside, but you don't even need to set that up to be able to get your property on Airbnb. So that's your 3 easy steps to getting started with your Airbnb. Go out, take some pictures, get the unit on Airbnb.